Hi, I'm Edward Hayes. I'm a hairstylist at Andrew Joe's Hair Salon in London. This is how you would analyse your own hair type. What I would say is to go in, preferably look in the mirror, and just take out 1 or 2 strands of your hair. Now this is just to check the porosity in your hair, and just run your fingers up towards the root, running up the hair shaft and feeling how smooth the cuticle is. This will let you know if your hair is dry and damaged. And also what you can get out of that is when you run your fingers on the single or 2 strands of hair, you can feel the diameter of the hair, and you can feel whether it's thick or fine. Finer hair, you will generally feel it's finer. And obviously you have medium hair, you will understand when you're feeling an individual strand, you will feel whether or not the texture and the width of the hair is thicker or finer. If you try fine hair with afro hair, the diameter is actually wider than European hair, so it would feel a lot more coarse and thicker. Feeling the density of the hairs, you just run your hands through your hair and you will feel, depending on how thick your hair is, how much hair you actually have. If you've just had it cut, obviously it's a bit more harder to determine. Generally I would check 2 to 3 weeks after cutting your hair if you want to check out the density of the hair. Reason being is because if you just had your hair cut, maybe or maybe not they've cut into the hair, so they've softened it quite a lot. So you can't really generally feel the texture as much as when it's grown up. So you get a bit more of an understanding of the texture when it's a bit later after the haircut. If your hair, earlier I was talking about the porosity of the hair running up the hair shaft. If the cuticle, basically it lays on the hair flat like so. If it's pointing upwards when you're running your fingers, that means your hair is quite porous and needs a treatment. I would advise you to seek professional advice if anything like this happens. And yeah, these are the things you should look out for. If your hair is dry, if you're using heating appliances, make sure you always use heat protection sprays. All these things help, and they generally are how you sort of depict which is your hair, if it's damaged, if it's dry, if it's thick, if it's fine. All of these, and it's the general wear and tear, they all take into account of how you will break down what sort of hair type you have. So these are all general questions you should ask yourself when doing so.